Oh my god. What's up, you guys? Just waiting for these fireworks to die down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see me in the reflection. What's up? Yeah, it's getting kind of crazy out there. Apparently it's New Year's in Tbilisi right now. I had no idea. It's midnight here. It's probably noon or around 3 p.m. or something like that where you guys are at. And had no idea that January 13th was New Year's in Tbilisi, Georgia. So if you occasionally hear a loud bang, it's just people being, it's people celebrating outside. So anyways, hope I didn't scare you guys. I'm so excited and pumped up, not only because of these fireworks, and because I get to celebrate New Year's for the second time, but because I am doing another live session. It's been a couple weeks, you guys. I'm very excited to answer your questions. And for anyone who's popped into this and is kind of like, what's going on here? If you would like to participate, what you do is you send $11.11, so $11.11, plus your question to paypal.me/rainbowharmony. Just type that into your browser, a prompt will come up, you send your payment, and then in the notes you type in your question, and you will be in line to have your question answered right now. I'm going to be taking about 20 questions. About 10 people have signed up so far, so there's 10 spots left. You will be waiting in line, so in order to know what number in line you are, you can just comment, and my assistant is here to be talking to you to let you know when you're coming up next. And yeah, just go ahead and sit back, relax, grab some tea and some snacks. I hope that you enjoy. And even if you don't participate in this session, if you want to watch, maybe some of the answers that come out or some of the readings that others will be receiving will resonate with you as well. A lot of us are in the same energy collective. A lot of us are in the same soul family. So you might hear someone who has the same question as you. And if you feel like the answer resonates with you or it's meant for you too, then go ahead and take that. So yeah, it's 11:11, just one question, you guys. If you ask two and it's related to the same subject, then I'll kind of let that go, but just one question for 11:11. And also, if you check my website and you want a full reading, there's a lot of sales up right now, and I always have tons of free content up on my channel. So this is a reading for anybody who just has one question or who has been wanting to get a reading but just can't really do the full payment for my prices on the website. I want to make sure my readings are accessible to everyone. And I will be doing live free readings probably in a couple days. So what's up, you guys? So who is the person who sent in 2 questions? Are you talking to them right now? What is her name? Charmi, can you tell me how to pronounce that? So Charmian Ma, you sent in $22, which is the price for a basic reading with me, and you asked a lot of questions. So tomorrow I'm going to record you like a full 30-minute reading and send it to you privately if that's okay. Because I feel like maybe you just misunderstood. This is a session just for one question, and you asked about 5, 6, 8 questions or something, and I want to be able to really spend some time on that and send you like a really good in-depth reading. So I'm going to be doing that for you tomorrow if that's okay. And I want to say thank you so much. So, oh cool. So one question is for your sister and the other one is for you. Cool. Yeah, I did see you asked 4 questions in your first message. And what I'll do is I'll record a video for you and then I'll record a separate video for your sister tomorrow, just since you sent in $22, and I hope that that's okay for you. So this is the session where you're only able to ask one question, and I would just prefer to be able to answer all of your questions for you. And no worries, I'll in the email I send you tomorrow with your private readings, I'll kind of let you know more about my services and how it works. So, and my assistant will be talking to you in the comments to kind of work that out with you. So, yay, I hope that you will enjoy the reading that you receive tomorrow. Since this is just a question, one question reading we're doing right now. So who's next, John?
First is Cory.
Okay, so Cory, I'm so glad to do another reading for you, Cory, and I really hope that this resonates with you. So what is Cory's question? Yeah, Sharmi and Ma, you will get the reading tomorrow via email, and it'll be literally the first thing I do when I wake up. I'm going to wake up and do your reading.
Do I have the ability to impose justice through my spiritual guides on those who have somehow evaded it? Feel free to be brutally honest.
Does she say, does she have what?
It's Cory.
Can you read the question again?
Do I have the ability to impose justice through my spiritual guides on those who have somehow evaded it?
So, Cory, your question is, do you have the ability to impose justice upon people through your spiritual guides to people who have evaded it? Let's go ahead and ask your questions. Yeah, you know, the answer I'm going to say is yes. I really do feel like you're being called to service as like a spiritual guide and mentor, and you have a lot of spiritual gifts. And this is actually saying that you will actually enter into this type of profession. These herons here are a sign of patience, and you have 3 of them here. So they're saying you're going to have to be very, very patient, and you're going through a training right now. You're basically being initiated. I think your entire life, your entire path has been your initiation to this. And so I see that you've gone through your dark night of the soul, and you're coming out on the other side, and you're getting this concept about how you want to move forward and turn this into like a profession. But there is a message that you're only supposed to be working with people who grant you permission. Like for me, when I do my readings or my coaching services, I don't just go up to somebody and do a reading. Even sometimes I have friends or people that are going through a really tough time, and I might intuitively get like a message about them or kind of feel like I know what's going on, or one of my psychic gifts will just kind of turn on, and I'll be able to see into their situation. But I really try to just protect my energy and shield myself and kind of push thoughts like that away and remind myself that like that's their business, and that whatever experience they're having and whatever my perception of it, even if I feel like it's accurate, that that's not my business, that like they're meant to be on their own path and they're meant to walk their own path. And so this is really like, the answer is yes, but you're only supposed to be working with permission. So I only do my tarot readings for people who give me permission, for people who say, I would like you to do a reading for me. And I actually don't ask. Sometimes I have a friend like I really want to do a reading for because I feel like I got a message about them sometimes. And I think in the past, before I had more training, I would just be like, oh, let me do a reading for you. And people would be nice and say, yeah. But I would get this impression that like they weren't ready to receive the information. And it would just be awkward. And then I got more training in my tarot journey and more mentoring, and found out like you're not supposed to be like randomly offering your services to people. It's not really, I don't know if moral is the right word. It's kind of like, you want to be open to receive. And if someone's supposed to be working with you, like they will be guided to you and they will ask you for their help. So if somebody comes into your life and asks for your help, by all means, speak your truth. And as like a spiritual judge, as a spiritual worker, you can definitely speak truth and speak light into their lives, because you're very psychic and you're very perceptive and you're an empath. And I feel spirit is really working through you. But the message here is yes, the answer is yes, but with permission. It's nothing you just want to walk up to someone and say, even if it's somebody in your family, even if it's like a child or a relative and you feel like you've been given the space to speak into their life, it's still something you want to wait for the person to come to you and ask, and then you're basically given that permission to do your spiritual work. It's a very delicate thing. And so that's what this is saying, is you're going to be helping people who have kind of fallen off the path, or like you said, have evaded justice. But the message is not to seek these people out. Let these people come find you. And, maybe some of these people you just do out of the kindness of your heart. I've had friends come to me and ask for a reading, and sometimes I'm guided like, yeah, I'll do it. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to charge you because you're like my really close friend. So I feel like some people will come to you and you'll know if it's something you need to charge for and do professionally, or if it's something you just feel like you're being guided to do. But this isn't a situation where you're speaking to people outside of the permission. Because some people aren't ready to hear it. Some people who evade justice aren't ready to hear it. And so if they come to you and, you know, you get that clear permission from them, then yes, go ahead with it. And this is saying fulfillment. You will be fulfilled working in this line of work. You've been giving these gifts for a reason. This whole concept is coming to you right now. And so you're asking some really good questions about it. You're realizing, like, how am I going to go about doing this? What types of people am I going to be doing this with? And just trust that Spirit will guide the right people to you. Like, I feel so blessed that the right people are coming to me for these readings. And I feel like I just kind of sit back and let the right people come to me versus seeking certain people out because, you know, if somebody resonates with you and somebody feels guided to you, then that's who you're supposed to be working with. Those are the people who will be open to what you have to say. And so this is like Spirit, like guiding you and another person together for like this healing and for revealing information. And I really feel like you're a sacred keeper of knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge. And so, can you get that card for me, John? I just dropped a card on the ground. You will be speaking with people who are in a very dark place. I feel like you have a strong gift with people who are in a dark place. And so these are the people that have evaded natural justice, the people that have basically been kind of off the path a little bit, and I see that you're going to be helping them out of that darkness and teaching them how to be accountable and holding them responsible. And I feel like this is your gift. And so trust that Spirit will guide the right people to you, and don't seek these people out, and don't speak into someone's life unless they give you permission. And honestly, don't even ask permission to speak into people's lives. People will come to you and ask you, and then you can clarify and say, okay, just to be sure, you're giving me permission to speak into your life. And let's set up a time and, like, you know, make it kind of official so it's something the person is ready to enter into. And those are my best tips for you. I think that will protect you and your boundaries and protect other people and their boundaries when it comes into doing this work, which is very delicate work. And so this is saying empower yourself. It's time to move forward and get this going. There might even be another person that will be working with you or someone who can mentor you. And this is the hesitation card reverse, saying like, you're ready for this now, trust your heart. And here's your rebirth card saying like you're starting over and this is like the first step for you. So I'm really happy and excited for you on your new path. And I really hope that answered your question. So thank you so much for your support. And we're going to move on to the next question. So who's next? I appreciate you too, Cory.
Toki Coco.
Okay, so Toki Coco is next. I recognize that handle. How are you doing?
Higher self messages from my twin flame during this time of intense energy.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've been experiencing like an intense energy when it comes to the twin flame, and so you're looking for a higher self message regarding your twin flame. So yeah, there has been a shift. I think it's because there's like a big love portal that's opening right around now that goes all the way through February. And then there's also a really strong love portal, like union portal for twin flames happening around the end of July and all of August. So, and 2019 is the year of endings and beginnings. A lot of people are ending their twin flame separation and coming into union in 2019. And so I think a lot of people in the twin flame collective are starting to feel like that union is coming, and they're starting to get a lot of contact in the 5D, and there is like an intense energy out there. So I can definitely corroborate with that. Okay, so interesting. All right, so far the message I'm getting from higher self is that, first of all, patience, like the most annoying message ever, but they're saying just have patience because this might not be happening right away. But I do see that you've educated yourself a lot on the twin flame journey. So you've come to a place of understanding with this path, and I feel like you really have reached surrender. And I feel like you know in your heart that you've gotten to that surrender. And so you're feeling very excited because you're like, I have this under control now. Like, you feel like you're in your own power and you're standing in your own power. You're not defining yourself by this twin flame relationship. You're not really expecting anything anymore. And so you're in a really good place. But continue to stay patient because there is divine timing at work here. There is this trust message. The separation you're experiencing right now is part of your growth, of course. The angels are watching over the situation, and they want you to be open to how this is going to happen, because I feel like it's going to happen in a way that you don't even expect. So let's pull some more cards. I'm being guided to, yeah, here's reconciliation. This is what you're really wondering about. You're like, when am I going to reconcile with my twin flame? Okay. And I do see that. I see a message that your twin flame is still attracted to you, still has feelings for you. And you guys will be getting to know each other very soon on a more intimate level. The reconciliation will happen first. There's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of back and forth. And this card says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, the bond deepens. So the bond will deepen, the bond will repair, and there will be a reconciliation. So you really are on track to twin flame union. And also abundance is coming into your life. I see a lot of work that you've done in your personal life. And it's not just your money situation that's growing. It's also feeling abundant, feeling like you're receiving from the universe, feeling like you have a lot of options and opportunities, and seizing those opportunities and creating them for yourself. And your perception is really shifted about your life, about your twin, and about your journey. And I think you're just very open. You really are in that surrender mode. And so here is the twin flame union card, or soulmate union card. Is very positive. It's like you guys will be coming together. The number 3 is very important. So it could be like March, 3 months into the year. You know, it could be a couple months from now. And this is the joy and happiness card, another 3. So we're seeing 3, 3, 3. Be open to angel numbers. If you're seeing 33333 everywhere, that might be like a power number for you and your twin flame. That might be a sign if you're going to be receiving connection from this person, receiving a communication. I feel like you've done like some rituals or some spells regarding this situation, or done a lot of prayers. And I'm just getting this message like to let go. Don't pray for this person anymore. Don't ask for them. Just, it's time to wait and be patient. Occupy yourself, you know, and I feel like you know what you're supposed to do. I think at this point you realize that the more that you focus on this, the more that you focus on the lack, the more that you focus on the separation, the more blockages you seem to manifest, because whatever you focus on grows. So you really are surrendering, you're focusing on yourself more, and the intensity of the energy is reflecting the inner work that you've done. And so this is just saying, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. There are unseen forces at work behind the scenes to bring this together for you. It's happening in a very mysterious way. So let go of trying to predict the outcome here, and continue on. This is saying you're going to be the lone wolf for a little while here, you know, but here you are manifesting to the moon. I do see once again, your prayers have been heard and are being answered, and you're really coming out of your dark night of the soul. We've been talking about this a lot recently. It seemed like a couple of months ago, I was giving the message to like everyone, like, you're going through your dark night, you're going through the dark night of the soul, like you're going through this process, but like collectively everyone's coming out of that now. And so it's like really exciting, you know, this is like spread your wings and fly, you know, the butterfly that breaks out of the cocoon to become the butterfly. Like, this is your time to shine. And so yeah, this has been a really good time for you. And I see the union coming. I really do. I think it's going to happen this year. This is the celebration card. Oh my gosh. And it's another 3. Do you see all these 3s everywhere? Very interesting. I wonder if you have a connection to that number. I feel like it's a power number once again for you and your twin flame. So the 3 of Wands is the celebration card. It's talking about an opportunity. So there is an opportunity here with you and your twin flame, and this card talks specifically about how this situation and this union may not come in the way and in the form that you expect. So this is saying be open-minded and be willing to cooperate. Maybe we got the patience card in the beginning because it might not happen in the exact timing or exact way you think it's going to happen, but it's going to be it's going to happen exactly as it should. And this says you're going to get your wish. You've been really wishing for this, praying for this, and I see for you it's going to come through. You're definitely going to be connecting with your soulmate. This card is really positive from the tarot. So this is saying be open, but continue to be practical in your life and move forward. You know logically right now what areas in your life need attention. So just keep moving forward. This situation's being handled. There's really nothing else for you to do. There's really no blockages for you to clear. You're just in full-on surrender right now, and it's just a matter of time. So this is talking about you're reaping what you sow. You've put the time in. You've put the energy into working on yourself, to researching this whole concept, and I think it's time to not focus on the twin flame thing so much and just do your thing. Let it go for a while, and it's literally all downhill from here. You're so close to this union, so just let it happen. It's going to be a happy surprise for you. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and we're going to move on to the next person. So who's next, John? Okay, so Amy's next.
I was just curious about the soulmate that you talked about in my yearly review.
Okay.
Okay, life, what I'm looking forward to, about the relationship.
Okay.
Something I've always wanted since I was a teen. I'm really excited.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did a yearly review for you, Amy, and you're wondering about the soulmate that I talked about. And yeah, let's just open up this energy some more for you. And so many of you guys are going to be connecting with the soulmate in 2019. I'm so happy. I feel like Oprah. I'm like, you get a soulmate, and you get a soulmate, and you get a soulmate. That is what 2019 is all about. And so let's go ahead and pull these cards. It was so hard for me doing readings for you all in 2018. So many of you guys like asking about love, and there was nothing because we had a lot of retrogrades, and it was more of a year to go within and to figure things out. You know, we needed this time in 2018 on our own to really figure out like what our desires were and to really kind of get back to the basics. And so now it's like we kind of are rewired, we're refocused, we're recentered. We know exactly like what we need to do to move forward now, and we're all on that path, and we're all taking these steps in the new year. And the planets are kind of out of the way. Everything's direct right now. Energy is moving forward, and because of that, it's very fertile time for love. So a lot of people are going to be getting engaged this year. A lot of people are going to be falling in love. It's just going to be so interesting. You're going to be, even with your friends, you'll be meeting a lot of new friends. They're going to be introducing you to their new boyfriend or their new girlfriend or their new significant other. So everyone's going to be making new friends, expanding their social circle. So it's very exciting. So you and your soulmate. Okay, so you will be meeting this person through your friends, okay? That's oftentimes the way that we do meet a significant other. I feel like this soulmate is someone that's already loosely affiliated with your group of friends. You might know of them. You might have seen them before or bumped into them before. Maybe you've been at the same place at the same time. The connection just didn't happen. Funny story, it turns out that my now husband and I, we were together at this one party years ago, and we even remember seeing each other, but for some reason that party we just like didn't make the connection. And a couple years later we met and, you know, got together and everything, and the rest is history. But I feel like it's something kind of like that with you and this person. Like that memory just kind of came to my mind as like a vision related to your situation, that you might have seen this person or you know of them. They're loosely affiliated with somebody that you know. And so this is definitely a year to take up invitations, to go to people's weddings and parties and birthdays and whatnot. Even if you just kind of feel like passing on it, this is a message to definitely go. You've been retreating from like social events a lot. I think a lot of us did that in 2018 because we just needed to be in that hermit energy. But this is saying you got to get out there. I don't necessarily feel like you need to put yourself out on online dating. If you're already doing the online dating thing, continue with it. That's something you've been guided to. If not, I wouldn't do anything out of the ordinary, but I would be more open to if coworkers want to ask you to hang out after work, or if somebody's like asking you to come to a party, or even if it's a baby shower or a wedding or something, just be open to it, because this person is loosely affiliated, and one of your friends might say like, I know someone who's perfect for you, or it could even be a blind date or something like that. So be willing to get a little out of your comfort zone there, and definitely work on developing friendships this year, making new friends. If you feel like you're connected with somebody who's like a friend, don't be afraid to ask that person out and hang out with them. I mean, obviously you want to do it from your heart and not from the ulterior motive of maybe I'll meet my soulmate through them. But it benefits you because you get a new friend and you do get to expand your circle. And so I feel like this is going to be a very social year for you. And this is saying you deserve love, and not just from your soulmate, but from kindred relationships and friendships. So this is saying make the effort. You got to make the effort with friendships this year and really make this a social year. Like, put that at the top of your priority list. And remember, oftentimes when you pray or you wish or you fantasize or you set goals or set intentions, the answer will come oftentimes through a person or through a group of people. So there are many ways in which this energy can come to you. So don't shut yourself off from people and from connections. Like, this is why we're here, is to connect on this earth. And so this says love yourself first. Have self-respect. Don't settle. I do feel like you might date one or two people casually before this soulmate comes in your life, because I feel the energy of like somebody or like a little bit of dating first. And so you don't have to settle. I feel like you're at this point where you're worried, do I have to settle? But your soulmate, you will feel so attracted to them physically, mentally, on every level. And that's how you know it's your soulmate, is you'll feel this attraction to them, and the attraction is mutual, and there's a sense of familiarity, like you feel like you've met them before. When you hang out with them, it's like picking up where you left off. You're gonna feel a little nervous around them and get the butterflies at first, but you'll still feel this comfort around them, and that's how you know that's your soulmate, and the attraction and the energy is reciprocated. So this is reminding you that it's safe for you to love, and this next person, a soulmate, is going to be very kind and very respectful. So you're looking for somebody who doesn't just want to rush into the bedroom with you, somebody who does want to take you on like a proper date. I feel like this person is a little traditional, but not like in a stuffy way. It's just they want to respect you, and I feel the energy of like one or two other people who might try to rush the relationship, or who don't seem like they want to commit, or they tell you like a little bit too much about the past on their first date. And like, just trust your gut. You know, there will be the red flags going up, and just walk away from that energy. Okay, your soulmate is going to be the one that you feel natural around, and that really respects you and wants to treat you properly. And this says calling in your soulmate. How cute is that? Your prayers, your affirmations, your visualizations have helped bring you together. Let me see if I can pull a timeline. Remember, timelines can shift. I've gotten a lot of positive messages about my timelines being accurate. So this part is kind of just for fun. But yeah, within 6 months. And this is somebody you might already know, somebody you could have grown up with, or that a childhood friend, or like a friend you've had for a while could know. Or this could also be a message that like this person makes you feel nostalgic, kind of reminds you of the good old days, and makes you feel like living again, and you feel very like you can be free and you can be your real self with them, and you can like unleash your inner child around them. And so it's a very playful energy in the beginning. It's very giddy. You guys are laughing and smiling all the time. They make you blush. It's just a very beautiful energy. So I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for your support, and we're going to move on to the next question. Seems like the fireworks out there are over now. It's like really quiet all of a sudden. So Patrick is next. Okay, so Patrick, you're wondering when you will come into connection with your soulmate. let's go ahead and just want to kind of pull some cards and get the general energy around this first so I can tap into this. Okay, so I do see your energy very focused on a particular person. And there's kind of a mention here of a new beginning and a relationship. I think it's funny because these cards are like honeymoon and wedding. And so it could be talking about you actually marrying this person, but the honeymoon card can also be talking about new beginnings. The wedding card is usually talking about like a committed relationship, like a solid relationship, like having the DTR with someone. And so that is something that is in your cards for 2019. And so what I can say so far is it will definitely be happening this year. Trust. The situation's calling for you to have faith. You've been waiting for a while. I feel like you're in my 2018 group of people who just were single most of the year and were having a difficult time. I think because of the experience of 2018, a lot of us are really feeling kind of like, is this ever gonna happen? Am I gonna be waiting forever? But just kind of cancel 2018 out, because that was a year where we were really supposed to just be blocked from that love energy so we could find the love within ourselves and do some soul searching. The planets in 2018 were just crazy. Everything was retrograde for like 6 months. It was just, I've been talking about it, you guys, a lot in like every reading, trying to remind everybody, look, like we all went through this energy, and just because we experienced that doesn't mean that 2019 is going to be like that. Everything has shifted. Everything is new. Everything's different. All the planets are direct. Things are moving forward. So you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, and it might feel like you've been waiting forever after 2018, but they're just saying trust, have faith. This new energy is opening up. So there will be a new love. Your soulmate and you will be connecting, and let's get that timeline. Well, this is a message telling you to open your heart. You know, there have been some painful experiences in love, and you're kind of feeling like maybe there's something wrong with you. You know, when you've been single for a while, you're just like, do I smell? Is it my haircut? Like, do I need to work out? Like, what's going on here? And you start to kind of look at yourself and think something's wrong. I want you to know you're worthy, you're attractive, nothing is wrong. It just wasn't the right timing. You know, and the universe didn't want to send you a karmic partner. Like, you've been holding out for your soulmate this whole time. So in 5 months, there will be a crossroads for you. There's going to be a big shift and a big change, and there will be a series of events that is going to lead to you connecting with your soulmate. So about 5 months from now, a little after then, is when I'm seeing this person coming into your life. So around June, and you know what? This puts you right in the zone of the portal that's opening for love, the end of July and August. So I'm going to say probably around that time, mid-July through August is probably when you're going to connect with this person, at the earliest June. Let's see what this crossroads is related to. They're saying have hope, and something about nurturing your business right now, branding yourself. I feel like this energy isn't expanding right now because this is what you're supposed to be focusing on, is your business, branding yourself. If you have an idea to like start a new business, or you've already taken that path, you're supposed to be branding and really working on that. And then they're saying, listen to yourself. I think that has to do with the business. I know you didn't ask for a career reading, but this is coming up in your cards. And so I think this is what's moving forward right now. You're going to get that going and then about 5-6 months from now, that's when you're going to be connecting with your soulmate. Yeah, they're saying your dreams are very important right now. You're being kept in this space of like being single so that you can get this together first. And then you will be connecting with somebody in love. It will be a very beautiful relationship, and intimacy and connection. And yeah, I see it being a lasting relationship. This could be the one, you know, but obviously just take it day by day. Anything else you need to know about your soulmate? This is a really positive card saying that you've already taken back control of your life. Like, you've got a pretty good hold on things right now. And I think this message is trying to tell you, like, you're in a good place to like launch something or start something or to move forward with a dream that you've had for a while. Like, the energy is so perfect right now for you to take that big step or to take that risk. So if it's opening a company, or if it's moving somewhere, or it's attending a certain school, or it's designing an app or something, like, trust your heart, because there's some idea, and you might have already drawn a draft, because I see you've written a list and maybe this was on it, or you sketched something out, or I see you like writing or sketching or drawing or something, and so they're saying it's time to move forward on that. So I hope that resonates with you. As far as answering your original question, about 5 or 6 months is when you and your soulmate will connect. So yeah, you guys, you asked me one question, and if anything else comes out in the cards, I will be sure to let you know as well. So yeah. Moving on to the next person, clearing my energy with the crystal ball.
It's Cory.
Who?
It's the member name in there. It's Cory.
Cory, you're next.
It's Cory. You can see it there. I think it's Carolina. What needs to do to get more money, aka abundance? I want a permanent job. What do I need to get?
Okay, so money. What do you need to do to get more money for Cory? Okay, well, the universe is definitely saying so far that you're having a new beginning in this area. And this is like the abundance card. It's saying like your cup runneth over. And I really like this illustration here. And so in the book, the first sentence when you're reading the meaning of this card says like, rejoice, a time of renewal and new potential is here. There's also something in the book related to this card that says like, do not be afraid to ask, why not me? That is so powerful. Like, why not you? So I think long-term receiving money is going to be about you doing something that you love. It could even be going into business for yourself, or applying for a job or a company that you've always like kind of dreamed of working for. So this is saying, as far as long-term, money flows where your energy and passion goes. So if you choose something that you're the most passionate about, that's where your money's gonna be. Okay, so let's, some people say that, doctors make a lot of money, or lawyers make a lot of money, or stockbrokers make a lot of money. But if you look at that and you see the money and you go into one of those jobs because that's just like what you see and you're like, it's money. The thing is if that isn't truly what you love to do and your heart isn't in it, you're not going to do well. And that's sad, because I talk to a lot of people who are in this situation who have chosen something for the money, and they realize, or it's because it appears stable, but it ends up making their life very unstable, and they don't really end up receiving the abundance in the level and in the way they want. So if your passion is ice skating randomly, for instance, if other people might look at you and say like, there's no way you're going to make money with that. But if that is your true passion, that's going to be the way that you make the most money. My whole life, I grew up in a small town. I always wanted to do fashion styling, and people told me, you're not going to make money doing that. Like, it's not the best bet. Like, you should go to school for business, or you should get like a day job and then do that on the side or something. And so I did. I enrolled in school for business, but I hated it, and I eventually ended up dropping out. And I finally just was like, screw it. I don't care how much money I make. I don't care how poor I am. I love fashion, and I'm gonna just throw myself into this and do my best. And then one day I got a check for $5,000 for working for one day. And it was so incredible. I was just like, this is insane. Like, I can't believe I'm making this much money doing fashion. And that just goes to show that money flows where your energy and passion goes. Whatever you are most passionate about, you're going to find a way to make the money with it. It's going to take work. you're gonna have to hustle. I had to have a part-time job while I worked towards my fashion goals. I had roommates. I had a car that went clunkety clunk. Like, I went through it, you know, but it was worth it for me. So I think for you long term, it's really about figuring out what makes your heart sing and what's fun for you, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's underwater basket weaving or if it's hula dancing or if it's I don't know, face painting or clowning or something. I'm just joking, but seriously, it's true. Like, I have friends who have really random jobs. I have a lot of artist friends, and you'd be surprised like how lucrative some of the most random art forms can be. And so I do see you being more creative. I see you possibly going into business for yourself or working for like your dream company. As far as right now, whoop, can you get those cards for me, John? They're just saying empower yourself to find like little side hustles. So I do see a message about like going yard selling or buying things at a discount and reselling them on eBay. Don't be afraid to do that. If you really need extra cash like right now, that's a really good way to do it, is eBay. You can always do like a nanny job or something like that. That'll pay you pretty decently above minimum wage, unless you really don't like kids, okay? I also see a message for you about crafting and like selling something on Etsy. I've given that advice to a lot of people. I've gotten some emails back from some people saying like, yeah, my crafts are selling now. So, yeah, you got to figure out the passion. And if you don't know your passion yet, that's okay. You aren't supposed to yet. You know, you're figuring out your passion. It's kind of like peeling layers from an onion. So my advice to you is in your free time to just try different things. Like, I'm still trying different things. You know, I tried music writing, then I realized I didn't like that. I did fashion writing, then I was a fashion editor, and then once I finally did fashion styling, I was like, this is it. But it took me like 4 or 5 different jobs to get there. So just start with what you know you're good at. And a good way to figure out your passion is to go back to your childhood and ask yourself, like, what were you obsessed with when you were a child? What did you always dream of being? And maybe you'll be scared because it could be something like you wanted to sing or you wanted to dance or something, but it's never too late. It's never too late. So the insecurity card is coming out saying like, the insecurity, the fear of like starting from the bottom is what's keeping you from moving forward right now. You know, what if you always wanted to play the piano? Like, as an adult, you know, don't be afraid to sit there and learn how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. So this is saying it's time for a new beginning. It's time to take a risk. It's time to take a leap of faith. In the meantime, find a job that pays you the most, like as much as you can get, that lets you work part-time or has flexible hours or isn't super draining, so that on your time off you have time to explore different things and you have money that you can invest into like art supplies or classes or research or mentorship or life coach or you know. And also taking a personality test can help. John, can you drop the link below to that free personality test? That like ENFP one. Remember that one we took the other day? Just go on your history and it should be there. This personality test doesn't work for everyone, but I did it. A couple of my clients have done it. We've gotten pretty good results. I'm going to drop the link below for you and anyone else who's watching who wants to do it. Take the test and then scroll below and you can click through like your results, and it'll also tell you like what career you would be good in. And if you read the list and it says you have an aptitude towards this career and you see something on that list and it seems fun, or like you are like, wow, yeah, that's so me, I would love to try that, then that's a good way to move forward. So I'm also going to pull you real quick, like, what is your artistic gift? This might be a way for you just to get your juices flowing. Pay attention to anything that jumps out here. So you have a gift with being a producer, like a project manager or perhaps a director, or maybe somebody who works behind the scenes. You're really gifted with dreaming and scheming and planning and collaborating. You're really good with overseeing creative teams. You would do really well in a leadership position or a manager position. You might be a good creative director or an art director. Maybe you can work in web or software development. You might be good at community development or community service or starting like a charity or a nonprofit or something. You might even be good working in the entertainment industry or in the publishing industry or as an editor. So those are just some things to think about. If there's anything on this list that jumps at you and you're like, yeah, that's so me, or that sounds like fun, then do some research. But I'm just getting this big message to you that you're not behind. You're not behind. Money flows where your energy and passion goes. So for now, the message really is try to get a job that pays as much as you can, working as little as possible or is as flexible as possible or doesn't drain too much of your energy. And on your time off of work, you are going to be taking classes, exploring, going to the art supply shop, getting supplies, trying different things, researching, taking personality tests, creativity tests, and finding yourself, you know? You might just not have had an opportunity to do that. And that's what I realized. I got all the way till my mid-20s and I just was working and going to school and just like doing that whole thing. And then I was like, wait, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know what I like. And I kind of had to go back to the drawing board. And that's when I realized like I need to kind of dial it back and go back to my first love, which is fashion. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. They're just saying it's time to focus. Be loyal to yourself, be loyal to your heart, be loyal to who you are. And this is our journey. We're all trying to figure out this out, you know. So many people, a lot of people who are watching this right now are probably in the same place. Life is a gradual unfolding process to our truth. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. As far as ways to get money right now, if you're like really hard up for cash, like I said, selling things on eBay or on the internet, if you're good at anything, if you're a good tutor, you can be like a part-time tutor. You can do lessons. There's a website called lessons.com where you can offer lessons. You can train yourself in something like I trained myself on YouTube how to be a makeup artist, and I actually do that part-time. I never went to school for it, just practiced and invested, you know, worked a part-time job, saved up money, bought some makeup kits, and I do that part-time now. Tarot, something that I trained myself in. Didn't even think it was going to end up being like a job for me, but yeah, it's another way that I'm stirring the pot. And so I feel like you need to figure out how to boost your income a little bit right now through like a job, and then maybe like another little side hustle like eBay, or like making a craft and selling it on Etsy, or doing lessons or tutoring or something like that for now. But then figure out what your big dream is and work towards it. Doesn't matter where you're at in life, where you're from, how old you are, what your situation is. Like, you still deserve a chance at your dreams. You still have a chance. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're exactly on your path. Just remember, money flows where your energy and passion goes. So there's only going to be so much money you can make doing like what your heart really isn't in. So don't follow the money, follow your heart, and that's where the money is, all right? So I hope that resonates with you. I really hope that helps. This is talking about a mentor or like some education, so I would suggest that. Yeah, hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and we're going to move on to the next question. I see a couple of you guys right now asking questions to John. He will be answering in 1 second. He's just helping me figure out who's next right now. Yeah.
Tony?
Okay, so Tony's next.
Is moving forward with my own business the next step I should take?
Okay, is Tony... Okay. Sorry. All right. So, Tony, you're wondering if moving forward with your business is the next step you're supposed to take. Tony with an I. Just pulling your cards, Tony. Bear with me. Okay, so this is kind of random, Tony, but was there a breakup recently? Or a divorce or breakup in the past 6 to 8 months with you? If you're here, let me know. I'll give you a second to reply if you're here. You can just say yes or no. All right, anyways, Tony, I'm just getting a message that there might have been a breakup or divorce recently. And the message I'm getting is that that was so you can move forward with your business. And I knew I was going to get this card. This is the weirdest thing, is that like I pulled from this deck because I was thinking about this card, and then this card came out and I'm like, what the heck? Sometimes I'm like so psychic that I can see the card before I pull it. That's when you know you've been doing a lot of readings. So this is saying, in answer to your question, it's a yes, okay? But I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth here than just giving you a simple yes. Yes, the next step for you is to move forward with your business, okay? And whoever this was, this relationship that was lost, was to clear the energy and was to clear the space so that you could have the energy and the motivation to move forward towards this. This was hard for you and you spent some time kind of being down because of it, but you did a good job. You processed everything, you moved forward. And I see now, because of that, like you got your energy up and you're like, okay, it's time for me to focus on myself. It's time for me to move forward. Like I'm gonna come back from this. I'm gonna come back better than ever. And so this is like the idea you've gotten of like how to strike back. And I know what this is like. Sometimes when you go through a breakup, it can be a catalyst to help you move forward. Like for me, like last breakup I had years ago, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get so fit. And like I did, I went to the gym and I worked myself out so hard and like, you know, I did squats and everything and I got back. And so for you, this is like your way to kind of get back from this energy. And oh my gosh, you just lost your cat last night. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, it makes me want to cry. That is so hard. I still think about my dog that I lost years ago. You will probably see your cat in your dreams. Your cat will be your spirit guide. Your cat will always be with you. And, you know, don't be afraid to talk about your cat or joke about your cat. I still talk about my bird that died with my husband every single day, don't I, John? I still talk about it. My bird's name was Pooters. And I make jokes about the bird every day. I talk about the bird. I like to watch bird videos. Right now, it's going to be really sad. And like every cat you see, you're just going to want to cry. It's going to be very hard for you. But I feel like once again, this loss here is kind of leading you to put your energy into something. And so it's very, very hard. It's one of the most parts of life that I'm just like, why does life have to be like this? But it's part of the big cycle, death and rebirth. In many ways, we go through these deaths and these rebirths in our life. This is your rebirth, you know? And your cat is your familiar. If and when you get another pet, your cat will probably come back into that. But this makes sense. This is kind of next level. But that your cat probably will come back. And it'll have a slightly different personality and temperament, but you'll just know, like, this is my familiar, this is my cat. And I feel like your cat has been with you for many lives. So now your cat is just in the 5D, you know? I have a meditation called Meet Your Spirit Guide meditation if you want to do it. I would suggest you lay down and do that meditation. Your cat will probably come to you. You can get some closure on that, on the passing of your cat. And now your cat can spiritually advise you. I know this sounds crazy, but you can ask your cat like for help or for protection, or it's still there for you, you know, but its physical loss is going to be so difficult, and just be easy on yourself. And I think this is something good you can push your energy into now, you know. This is a good outlet for you to kind of move forward, you know, allow yourself the time to mourn the loss of your cat, but you know, push forward with this energy. So this is saying, if you are prepared to learn as you work and attend to all details lovingly, your work is going to achieve great results. It's time for you to be skillful, and it's time for you to be grounded, and you are going to become a very skilled craftsperson with your business. And the message here is when you're starting the business, just do the work for the work's own sake. We've been talking a lot today about not seeing things in dollars and cents, just loving the work. If this business you're going to do is going to be with you for years and years, possibly the rest of your life, like you want to make sure that you love it and you want to attend to all the details and you want to allow it to have an organic growth. Make sure you've got a side job or some savings or whatever to support you while you're starting this business, so that you don't feel like you have to make any shortcuts with this. And that's kind of what I did with the tarot business. Like I have other ways to support myself so that this isn't like, I don't have to push this so hard to develop any faster than it needs to, you know? So get obsessed with your business and put everything into it. This is saying try not to think about like a speedy gain or profits while you're pushing forward with this business. Obviously, that's the end game here. But just know, like, as you're going about your task of just like the little tiny details of this business, think about what you're doing and just find contentment in the process. You know, it's the journey, it's not the destination, basically. So this is saying that you are going to manifest the skill and the dedication and the attention to detail that you need. And avoid perfectionism, though. You know, for me right now, I still haven't gotten graphic design for my fashion business or for this business I'm doing. And I just kind of put it together. I kind of just slapped some stuff together, found some pictures, and just kind of made it work. And for the longest time, I held off starting and really putting this out there because I was like, I need a graphic designer. I need my website to look good. And finally, one day, I just went on Squarespace. I picked a template. I threw up some pictures, and I put my first video, and I just went go. You know, I got a tripod, I got a blanket, and I just made it work. I wish that this was like all graphic designed cool. I wish everything was organized. I had candles and but sometimes you just got to let go of perfectionism and you just got to go. And so that's your message here, is just get your business out. Obviously, let it have an organic growth. Don't focus on the money. It will come. First you take action, then the money comes, and let go of perfectionism. Be willing to post a picture of yourself on your website, or to post selfies, or to show people the process of you starting this business, to put yourself out there and be relatable to people. That's really how marketing works these days. And don't be afraid to be the face of your business and the face of your company, and to let yourself shine is the message here. And so, yeah, this is a huge message for you. It says focus on this big dream that you have. The moon's all about manifestation. And they're saying abundance will come through this job, and synchronicity, like you're going to meet the right person at the right time. And I'm getting chills. This business, this idea has come to you. It's been divinely inspired, and it is a huge part of your purpose. So go for it. And I'm so sorry once again for your loss. These things do happen at a particular time for a special reason. My bird that passed away was so hard for me, but soon after that, I ended up deciding I was going to travel. And looking back on it, if my bird hadn't passed away, I wouldn't have been able to travel the world. And so it kind of worked out. It's sad. I still miss my bird every day. Sometimes I'm like, man, if I could just take it all back, I'd probably still choose my bird over traveling. But I'm really thankful I've had this experience, and it really happened at the best time. And, you know, just honor your cat's life, and know that it had a beautiful life, and you gave it all the love you could, and your cat can come back. It really can. If you want it to come back when you're ready, you can get another pet, and it's not going to be the same, but your cat's energy is all around you. It's part of you. We're all one with everything and all the energy. And you can pray to your cat, you can cry, and you can talk to your cat, and don't feel like you're being weird. You can light a candle and say a prayer, or, do a ritual. Allow yourself to really cry and to mourn this loss over the next week or two. And don't feel like, it's okay to express your emotions. You don't have to forget about your cat, and, find somebody that doesn't mind if you joke about your cat and talk about it. And if you want to look at pictures, some people are just kind of don't want to talk about it, and they're just move on and everything. But I still talk about my bird every single day, and I still love it, and I keep its memory alive, and that's what's really helped me. Is just it was a huge part of my life, and I'm never gonna forget. And my future children will probably know the name of my bird that I had for like a year once. Pooters lives on forever. Your cat lives on forever. So anyways, I know I kind of did a lot on your reading, but I really feel for you with the cat, and everything's happening for a reason. The angels are watching over you, and this business is really the best thing for you, and put all your focus towards it. You're in a transition right now. Your life is going to change in a very positive way, and this is all the gains you're going to be making, money in the bank. So, all right, we're going to take a break time. How many people do we have left?
You're just at number 7.
Okay. All right, break.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I'm going to take a little break to meditate for a second, clear my energy, get some water, maybe 5-6 minutes, and then I'll be back, okay? So thank you, everyone. We've got about 13, 14 people left. Our submission's closed. We still have a couple spots open if you want to sign up over the break, and I will be back. So go ahead and chill. If you need to take a break, use the bathroom, whatever, take this time to do so, and join me in part 2. You'll see part 2 to this live session pop up in about 5 minutes. All right, you guys? So I will see you all very soon. So thankful for your support. I've been having a lot of fun so far. I hope that you guys are too. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye. Are you sending that person the link?
I think for some reason the link isn't showing up in chats.
Huh. Okay, well, I'm going to click out now. All right, you guys, see you soon.